let's start the session. So
just a minute.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. I will call you back, please.
Okay, no issues, no issues.
2 minutes.
Okay, so in this session, what we learned is like, okay, we have been started already at the Power Query, and then I hope this is the second session in Power Query. So, am I right, Sharad? Are we in the second session, right? So
Yes,
we'll go into like the second one, which is like, okay, splitting the columns. Earlier we have been done how to do with the rows, and then right now we'll go with the columns. Just give me 1 minute, and then let me go into like columns, and then I think it's columns. So we do have a lot of things, right? Let me take all of them which are needed. Yeah, all these tables, and these are sheets, nothing but okay, the same thing. In the sheets, these are the columns. Okay, so I don't want to load. I want to go to transform, so that I'll go into like Power Query. So we got into Power Query here. Okay, so here actually we learned about regarding okay keep rows and removers, and then today we'll concentrate on this step, which is like split columns. Okay, we'll completely concentrate split columns over here, and then let's start with okay. For the option that we do have a lot of things like delimiter, and then okay number of characters, number of positions, and the lower to upper, and then uppercase lower, and digit to non-digit, and non-digit to digit. We have several things that we need to practice today. Then we'll go one by one. Okay, so first of all, so let's go into the first thing. Okay, this is like I do have a couple of rows with some heading like kind of thing, so I just want to make it as a header. So first as header. Okay, accounts became a header. So here, okay, let me suppose that what the real time scenario, how it comes like, okay, so let us tell you, I'll tell you like this, like in this table, I do have the payment methods and their IDs. These are the IDs of that payment method, and then this is the name of the payment method. But unfortunately, this was mixed up in single column, but I want this to separate column. So how we can do it in a lot of ways, but what we do is, okay, we do have a delimiter between these two things. For every 3 characters, we do have a delimiter. Delimiter means some special character, which may be space, comma, semicolon, everything. I'll let you know what exactly is those. So I'll go into like, I just need a separate column. So obviously I just go to like, okay, over here, or even over here also you can do. Split columns means obviously it will split into 2 columns, maybe 2 or more, whatever as per our scenario. Like so, here I got my mini window, and then here I'm going to give you leftmost thing, and then my delimiter is space over here. So wherever I find the leftmost space at that part, okay, it will separate to another column. So that is what I'm just expecting. Click that, and then you can see this was happening. Got the point? Sure.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. And then like okay, again, I'll just go back, and then I just want to change something so that you can have an idea. Like okay, here we have been like leftmost delimiter. Whenever we find left most delimiter from the left, okay, so first delimiter from the left, okay, if we find, then obviously this is what I gave the condition. If I gave the rightmost delimiter, obviously you can see here Google Pay has, okay, the scenario has, sorry, here we do have 2 delimiters. We give from the list, obviously it will split over here. Still, okay, I'll show you how it looks like. You can see it was deleted. It has been done from the right side. From the right side, first, whenever the first element is there itself, it has been made the 2 parts of a particular coexisting column. This is what exactly. And then again, I'll do something else so that you can see all the options over there. For each occurrence of delimiter, you want to split into a column. So how many delimiters, here my delimiter space. So how many space are available at that particular places? Okay, it will be divided into columns. So this is what we are going to do. So you can see that. Okay, so here I do have like 2 delimiters over here in the first row. So I got 3 columns. Then afterwards, I do have only 2 delimiters for those values which are not having that value rows. Okay, we got nulls. This is nothing more than that simple thing. And then we will
Okay.
have some.
Just like Excel delimiter thing.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Same
Okay.
kind. No, nothing more than that. And then we do have some other advanced options also. Like we will discuss that just a minute later. Okay, we'll go into like this one, and then we can discuss that later. Okay, so this one is delimiter rows. So what exactly is this is? Okay, so first row is a header. So let's make this first row as a header. So I got my first row. So here what is happened is like, okay, all the all the companies, and they're like, okay, whatever the company number or a company index or whatever thing has been given in one thing, but I want it in a different way. Like I did here in Panama, like this is the country. I do have 3 companies and then their IDs, maybe company ID or company number, whatever it might be. So I do have several companies, but in Panama, like maybe in this month or like, okay, whatever it may be. So these companies are there and then their IDs are there in Panama with us. Okay, those who are like, okay, collaborated with us or whatever it might be. So in that way, in US also. But what they done is like, okay, they added all those things like, okay, the company and then company code, all those companies in Panama, and then they gave like this. But I want to like split it into rows over here, not in the columns. Earlier we made it in the rows, columns, but right now I want to convert it into columns. So what I'll do, I'll just click in that, split columns by delimiter. Okay, and then my delimiter was like, okay, not comma, semicolon, this one, dot and column kind of thing, semicolon. And then for every occurrence of this, and then what I want to do is I want to convert it to rows. Rows, it will convert, less one click. Then you can see this was the earlier stage, and this was the present stage. This was the earlier stage, and this was the present stage.
Okay.
So this is how it does. And then again, if we want to like make it into part, into like if we want to convert these 2 things into 2 columns, obviously again, come again and then like split columns. Where is the right split columns using delimiter? And then here it is comma. And then every left occurrence, only one thing is there, comma. So you can even give it every occurrence, but I want to make it left occurrence. And then here I don't want to make it to rows. I want to make it into columns. Simple. So from here, this data, we made it this data. How clean it is?
Okay. Yes.
So this is how we clean the data. So we need to understand what step need to be done first, and after that, what step need to be done next. If we do it in the reverse way, then obviously we'll get the clumsy data. Same things if I make it split columns, and after that, if you do something, means obviously we don't get that. So that is what we need to understand here. Okay, so we done with this delimiter. Then what will go is like we will go with the position. Okay, again, I find that my first column is header. So I got that. Here, what we'll do is like, okay, we'll go with like not position. Let's go with character first of all, and then like you'll go with position. That would be fine for you. You can understand easily. So again, it was header, the same table. Okay, so here what I'll do is like I'll go with like number of characters. So what we are going to do, like, okay, so I want to like split it four characters, or else maybe a 2. Only once as far as the left. Clear. I got the countries. Don't consider about this. Okay, so that is just like whenever it is too lengthy thing, it will come like that. But the same thing will display in the tables. So here, okay, you can see earlier my data was like this. My data was like this. My whatever this is like country and my order number has been mixed, and then I got this one. So we try to make it like we want to separate the country over here, Panama and DC, and then like FG, like AB. These are country abbreviations. Okay, so in that position, if you want to do that, we can do like these simple things, and then we'll have some other advanced kind of things that we can do from here. Okay, so I'll go over here and then like explain you. So as okay, if you want to make it from the right side, if you want to split for 4 characters from the right side, so you can make it like as far as right possible. So obviously the right part of that particular right 4 characters will be separated into that, or else if you want to make it into something else, just repeatedly. So every 4 characters it will split. Yeah, I do, how many characters if it doesn't consider. Okay, only thing is like it starts with, and then for every 4 characters it will split into new columns. This is how it comes. Got the point?
Yes,
So
sir.
if you observe over here, like you can see this. Okay, I'll let you know. Like, I don't want to make this thing too clumsy. So okay, that's fine. Then like I'll explain you something else. Okay, using that. Okay, so this is number of characters using rows. So again, my first 2 characters are headers, and then you can see here. Okay, I do have the country and the sales done and that country that was combined over here, and then I got it like in a group A. I do have 2 countries and then sales done in that country. So I want to like make it into separate columns. So I can do. So obviously come over here and then split into positions, the number of characters, and I want to make it by 6 of them. 6. And then like I want to make it like 1 occurrence, and then click OK. So here, oh, I'm sorry, I made it in the wrong way. Yep. So we are trying to make it like into rows. Okay. So rows. And then I've been click this one. This is the only thing that I've been made error. Okay, so I don't want to make this thing. No, cancel. I want to make this. Yeah, we need to click on this one. So we are doing, we are just separating this one. So what I want to do is number of characters, then 6. Not repeatedly, first one, and then like I want to go with rows. So here I want to convert this into rows. So how it look like, you can see right now. In the group here, I do have all the 2 companies which was there like this. 2 companies, Panama 0400045, US 9245. So you can see this. Those 2 come into separate rows. Right now I can split this column into like 2 columns, split number of columns. Then like 2, and then like once, and then like okay. You can see like what is the say like in group A, Panama, I do have this sales. In group A, US, I do have this sales. Group sale. So in this way, we need to like convert our data from this kind of things to this kind of things. This comes only with practice. It's not like simply you just saw and then you can't decide like that, because you need to practice, or else you will like fall into like what step need to be done later, what step need to be done earlier. This is what you will feel. Okay, so just practice these things, and then I will go into like some other content which is important, like position with columns. And then like again, I do have I already made the first column as header. Okay, so what's the point, like where is that? Yeah, here, this one, and then the position. This is some tricky part. So earlier, come, yep, earlier we used to give only one value, and then based upon that, all things will be like used to split. Okay, if we give 4, and then like for every 4 characters it will split. Or else if you want give only 4 characters, and then if you select 4, left one, only left will be clicked. But I don't want to do that. I don't have a series, but I like for the 2 columns, for the 2 characters I want to split it after that. Okay, maybe at the 11th character, 11th position or 12th position I want to click. Okay, so what I want to do is like 0 1 2 0 2 0 31, and then like it was like 8 plus 2 10. So obviously at 10 I want to split it, and then for this instance I want that one. So you can see this was like country, and this was like sales, total sales, and then you can observe like it was wrongly given, but still just make it as not 8080, just take it as 08. So if you can see it as a 08, so obviously this is the date. So 12, like 1 20, like 20, like 2020, 1 20 2020, like first month 20th rate 2020, first month 20th rate 2011, and then like 8th month 20th rate 2010, and then like second month 20th rate 2020 2004. So we had the data also included in that one only. So we can do that one also. Then sometimes it will be like, okay, even the first two characters of this was like sales, and then the second one is like sales amount. So it will be in different formats. Data will be in different formats, and they will tell like, okay, these things were clubbed in there. You can get all those things from that particular column. So obviously at that time we need to understand like which things, which options need to be used to get the result or appropriate data. So that is the basic thing that you need to understand. Okay, so if you want me to explain this one again, I'll explain it. Others not necessary, then obviously.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this is the position. Like, okay, 0 position means this is starting position, and then after 2 characters you've been split it. So okay, then after 10 characters total, if this is 2 and this is 8, so total 10. So 10th position you've been made it split. So this is how you made the splits for that thing. Like if you made it like okay 12, then obviously 12. So obviously some other 2 columns will be, you can see this. At the 12th position, it has been like made some other part. So this is how we can do that.
Okay.
Okay, again I will go with the position by rows, which is a very interesting kind of thing. Same thing earlier taught what we've been done, but in a separate way, using another split columns or something else. So obviously you want to make it like case positions, and then like I want to make it like 0 to 6. Okay, advanced rows. Okay, come on. Position. Okay, so I don't want to make it these many changes into my data. I want to just make it like, okay, 0th position and then 6th position. I want to make it, and then advance thing, rows. Okay, done. So I got the same as earlier. Okay, this is no such important things over here. Same earlier, we made that thing possible. So these are things that we need to like learn whenever like okay data is in some other things, and then we want to make that thing into like very good data, so that we can use something from that. You can use, okay, even if you split, okay, come over here and then like, and if you split into like okay same columns like position, and then like 2, that's fine, and then you can see this kind of thing. So you can right now you can earlier the data was like this, and then you are unable to find what country is that, and then how many sales were done. You can unable to find from that. So right now you can see from this country this much sales has been, from this country this much. You can have appropriate, and that like you can have an exact answer for this. That is the very interesting kind of thing. Yeah. So you understood like what is these three options, right? Any doubts in this?
Oh, no. You can go on.
Yep. Okay. So again, we do have some other lava topper, very funny kind of thing. Okay. So my first was header, I made it. So and after that, okay, I find something like okay here. First of all, what exactly we do have? Okay, so lava topper, what does it do? Whenever a string is converted from lower to upper, at that point it will splits. So here at the R till there, okay, it is like lower. Like maybe don't consider about the upper first of all, because it was lower to upper means the character whenever it is converted from lower to upper, then at that place, okay, it will be like split it. Just make sure whenever it is converted from the lower case to upper case, at that middle point it will splits. Okay, that particular column. That is what lower to upper. You can see.
Hmm.
So this is very interesting kind of thing. Okay, nothing more than that. Whenever you find a character is converted from the lower character to upper character, between that those two things, okay, it will split it into two different columns. Okay, and then what is that? Okay, upper to lower. Yeah, here you can see I do have a lot of things. First of all, first was header for my column. I found like that. here you can see like whenever it is like upper to lower, whenever it is converted from upper to lower, it will splits like that. So again, come again and then upper to lower. So here we found like here uppercase to lower, again uppercase to lower. So whenever it finds uppercase to lower, okay, it will splits, go ahead and then it splits that column. So here I find 2 times like upper to lower. So again, it splits into something new column. So this is one thing. So sometimes we do get this kind of data. This kind of data are lower to upper to lower. Whenever we find, means a real-time scenario for this is like in some cases, what we'll do is like, okay, we will write our initials and then like we'll give every capital letter. Okay, we'll write capital letter for each and every like name, surname, and things. Okay. So in that scenario, if you want to like separate name and surname into 2 different parts, obviously we'll do that. So first character will be like, okay, of that surname will be like, okay, in the capital letters, and then your letter also will be in capital letters. So if it is in that case, obviously we can do that. So these kind of things we will get, okay, in real-time scenario regarding these examples. And then what's other there? Okay, digit to non-digit to non-digit. Where is this? What is the next function that we do have? Non-digit to digit.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay, sure. So again, we'll go into like, okay, digit to non-digit and non-digit digit. Okay, so here I do have some animals and there. How many animals are there? Okay, that count is there. So again, we can make it like first twice header, and then you can find it here. Okay, so here this is like I do have non-digit first of all, and then digit is there next after the non-digit content. This is non-digit, right? This is characters and this is numeric part. So this characters will be like as non-digit. This is digit. So if you want to split at this instance between those two non-digit and digit things, then obviously we'll go over here and then like first one is non-digit to digit. First one is non-digit, right? So non-digit to digit. This is what we'll do. And then it will split into that. Very simple. Okay. Obviously, just remember our query is very easy. Our query is very easy to do, but only thing is like we don't remember these many options. Like we do have like a couple of options every day. We are going to deal with a lot of options. If you don't practice, while I'm telling you, feel like okay, it is so simple. What is there? Just clicking like that, and then but you don't practice, even though it is very easy. If you don't practice this at least 10 to 15 times, like in your like a whole in Power BI before your interview, if you don't do this at least 5 to 10 times, means obviously you'll forget this option completely. And then in interview, if they ask you like, okay, I do have this kind of scenario, then how can you do? Means you'll find like, yeah, I do. I somewhere land, but I don't know what is exactly. It's not like whenever you made it like a lot of times you made it, even though you know it is very simple. Every option that we do is this mouse operation, and then you can see there will be a code generator for that. And then
we don't remember.
Yeah, you need to remember. Only thing is if they ask you in interview, you need to tell them. They don't ask you. They don't ask you regarding Power Query a lot. Okay. Only thing is they'll give some scenario, and then you can tell how can you do that. Okay, that is only. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Someone talk.
Okay, can go on.
Okay, so and then again it's like digit to non-digit. Okay, it was happened, and then like let's go with the digit to non-digit. Like this was another thing. Like here you can see this was my pets or something else. So here I want to split it. I have like a row, like ID or something like number, serial number of that particular pets. If you want to do that, then obviously we'll go and then digit to non-digit. Here it was digit to non-digit. Earlier it was non-digit to digit. So this is what regarding like split columns. Okay, nothing more options over here available. So we have been seen all the options. Thing is like you need to practice Power Query. Everyone feels Power Query is so easy. There is nothing but okay, mouse operations, clicks, and then like feel like it is bored or it is like I want to do all the Power Query at once. If you do like that, you can't remember that. Just everyday task, okay, go ahead, and then these tasks you can do it in any way. Or else if you want to like practice some with some other things, obviously you have enter data over here. Just click the enter data from here, and then like you can write whatever the data that you want. Simply just then okay, click OK. You'll get the table over here. Just you got the table, right? And then from that, okay, you can practice whatever you want. Just write few lines and then like practice with that, so that you can understand. Even for new columns also you can generate. I'll let you know like how you can. Not only one column, you can obviously add multiple columns and then like multiple rows. You have the table, right? So upon and then you can practice that. So this is how you can do that. Practicing is like okay, whenever you find like you feel like I want this kind of data, and then I can how I can do that. So no need to worry. Just do an enter data for a couple of rows. No need to do for too many things. Just 4 to 5 rows, and then afterwards you can practice on that. Then you'll get okay more grip on this kind of. That's okay.
Yes, yes.